Hello, family in the other room. Pay attention at 7:30.
Okay, Krishna, everyone. It's 7:30, so we'll go ahead and get started. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prethaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Devim Gauravahani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastachadishatanine
Namaste Saraswati Devim Gauravani Pacharine Nirvashesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe
Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai
Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Okay, Veena Ji auntie, you'll sing Yashamati Nandan?
Yes.
Okay, please sing till about 8 o'clock, please.
Okay. Jashomati Nandana Brajbar Nagar Gokul Ranjan Kana
Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagar Gokula Ranjana Kana
Jashomati Nandana Brajbar Nagar Gokul Ranjan Kana
Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagar Gokula Ranjana Kana
Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Gopi Paranadhana
Madana Manohara
Kaliya Damana Vidhana
Aliya Damana Vidhana
Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidhana
Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohar Kaliya Damana Vidhana
Amala Hari Nama Miya Vilasa
Amal Harinam Ami Abilasa
Amala Hari Nama Miya Vilasa
Amal Harinam Ami Abilasa
Bipina Purandara Navina Nagara Bara Bipina
Purandara Navina Nagarvara
Bansi Badana Suwasa
Shivadana Suhasa
Bipina Purandara Navina Nagara Bara Bansi Badana Suwasa
Bipina Purandara Navina Nagarvara Vanshivadana Suhasa
Braj Jana Palana Surakulanasana Braj Jana
Palana Surakulanasana
Nand Godhan Rakhwala
Nand Godhan Rakhwala
Braj Jana Palana Surakulanasana Nand Godhan Rakhwala
Jana Palana Surakulanasana
Nand
Godhan
Godhan
Rakhwala
Rakhwala Govind Madhav Navanita Taskar Govind
Madhava Navanita
Taskar
Taskara
Sundar Nand Gopala
Sundara Nanda Gopala
Govind Madhav Navanita Taskar Sundar Nand Gopala
Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara सुंदर नंद गोपाला
यमुना तट पर गोपी बसन हर
यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर
रास रसिक कृप माया
रास रसिक कृप मोया
यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर रास रसिक कृप माया
यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर रास रसिक कृप मोया
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर श्री राधा वल्लभ
वृंदावन नटवर
भक्ति विनोदा आश्रया भक्ति विनोदा आश्रया श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोदा आश्रया
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोद आश्रया
जशोमति नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
जशोमति नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
ट्रांसलेशन। कृष्ण मैया यशोदा के पुत्र हैं, ब्रजभूमि के दिव्य प्रेमी हैं, गोकुल वासियों को आकर्षित करने वाले कान्हा हैं, गोपियों के प्राणधन, मदन कामदेव का मन हरने वाले तथा कालिया नाग का दमन करने वाले हैं। कृष्ण के ये नाम गायन करने में अत्यधिक अमृतमय आनंद देने वाले हैं। कृष्ण ब्रज के 12 वनों के अधिपति हैं तथा उनके सौंदर्य में सदैव अति नवीनता रहती है। ये मुरली बजाते हैं तथा अति सुंदर वस्त्र पहनते हैं। कृष्ण ब्रजवासियों के रक्षक तथा संपूर्ण असुर वंश का नाश करने वाले हैं। कृष्ण नंद महाराज की गायों की रखवाली करने वाले तथा लक्ष्मीपति हैं, माखन चोर हैं तथा नंद महाराज के सुंदर गोपाल हैं। कृष्ण यमुना तट पर विचरने वाले तथा गोपियों का चीरहरण करने वाले हैं। कृष्ण को अपने भक्तों से प्रेमालाप करना अति रुचिकर है। कृष्ण कृपामय है, राधा रानी के प्रेमी हैं, वृंदावन में सबसे कुशल नर्तक हैं तथा भक्ति विनोद के एकमात्र आश्रय हैं। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Auntie. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Give us just 3 Maha Mantras. I'm going to log out and log in on my other machine.
Sure, no problem, Maharaj.
Chant Maharaj says Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
There's Maharaj.
You
You're
have to-
muted, Maharaj. We can't hear you, Maharaj.
Hello,
You're
sir.
muted.
Yeah, now
Now we
we go.
can.
You can share your screen, Raj. It's ready to go for you.
Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Miss. Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Uttam Shlokaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Uttam Shlokaya.
Okay, that's the prayers by Hanuman to Ram. I'm going to share my screen. I'm a voyeuristic person or something. Okay, my screen you can see now?
Yes, sir. We can.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Okay. Yeah. The cruel and evil Dr. Singh wanted me to show a PowerPoint show, so I've been working on it for about 45 minutes. Like that. A lot of fun. Okay, so here's a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 5:19:5. Let's see. Who's going to be our chief guest? Don't be shy.
It'll be us, Maharaj.
You.
Okay. Please repeat 5:19:5. These are prayers by Hanuman. Marcha Vatara Striha Marcha Shikshanam.
Matyavatara Sivahi Bhakta Shikshanam.
Marcha Vatara Striha Marcha Shikshanam.
Matyavatara Sivahi Shikshanam.
Raksho Vadayaiva Nakevalam Vibaho. Raksho Vadayaiva Nakevalam Vibaho. Can you hear us?
Yes, we
No?
can now, Maharaj.
Huh. Raksho vadayaiva na kevalam vibaho.
Rakshobhadayeva na kevalam vivo.
Kuto nyatasya ramatha svatmanaha.
What is that?
You gotta close that.
Swatmana.
Sita kritani vyasan anishvarasya.
Itagata nevasana chorasya.
Okay, all together. Marjavatara striya marcha shikshanam. Raksho vadayaiva na kevalam vivo. Kuto nyatasya ramata swatmanaha. Sita kritani vyananishvarasya. So this is like a Ramayana from Thailand, and their Lord Ram. It's very big there. He's giving a ring to Sita, or maybe Sita giving a ring to. No, it couldn't be Sikamani. Maybe it's for Sikamani. Anyway, Hanuman is getting something. I think it's from Ram. Okay. Okay. And a little bird singing there. Probably Sita though, because she appears to have a full bosom, and he's under a tree there. So Hanuman's down below, looking like a Vanara type guy, and going to take Sita's Sikamani back to Ram. So, next slide. And this is a translation of this text. Hanuman says, "It was ordained that Ravana, chief of the Rakshasas, could not be killed by anyone but a man. And for this reason, Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the form of a human being. Lord Ramachandra's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravana, but also to teach mortal beings that material happiness centered around sex life or centered around one's wife is the cause of many miseries." Okay. He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead, and nothing is lamentable for him. Therefore, why else could he have been subjected to tribulations by the kidnapping of Mother Sita? Please repeat. It was ordained that Ravana, chief of the Rakshasas,
It was
Then by the Ravana, chief of the Rakshasas,
could not be killed by anyone but a man.
could
not be killed by anyone but a man.
And for this reason, Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
And for this
Reason Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
appeared in the form of a human being.
appeared in the form of human being.
Lord Ramachandra's mission, however,
Lord Ramachandra's mission, however,
was not only to kill Ravana,
was not to
only
only kill
kill
Ravana,
Ravana,
but also to teach mortal beings
or to teach mortal beings
that material happiness centered around sex life
material happiness centered around sex life,
or centered around one's wife
or centered around one's wife,
is the cause of many miseries.
the cause of many miseries.
He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead, and nothing is lamentable for him.
He is the
The self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead,
and
nothing
nothing
is lamentable for him.
Therefore, why else could he be subjected to tribulations by the kidnapping of Mother Sita?
Therefore, why else could he be subjected to tribulation
And by
by
kidnapping of Mother Sita.
And of course, it's just to show us these difficulties we get ourselves into by getting married. Okay, now then 519.5 in the purport, Prabhupada says, one who strictly follows religious principles must not neglect to provide all facilities for the complete protection of his wife. There may be some suffering because of this, but one must nevertheless endure it. That is the duty of a faithful husband. By his personal example, Lord Amrchandra demonstrated this duty. Lord Amrchandra could have produced hundreds and thousands of Sitas from his pleasure energy. But just to show us the duty of a faithful husband, he not only rescued Sita from the hands of Ravana, but also killed Ravana and all the members of his family. So Ram Navami is coming very soon. And one thing, Abhishek, can you push the control button? If you got that, push the record button, if you're in charge of that there, or Mother Manjari.
Raj, we are recording. We have it on YouTube recording.
Okay, good. Oh, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Okay, can you get a separate recording? Is there a separate record button there?
I can try.
That's what we wanted to try and see if it's happening, so we can record this
Yeah.
stuff in there.
I'm on it.
Okay.
It's recording.
Okay. So Ram Navami is coming right up, and we wanted to talk a bit about it. So Ram was going to, readjust the administrative affairs for the demigods, but also he's showing this example of Grihastashram and how to live it properly for the highest benefit in this material world. And so as part of that whole process, he sends Hanuman, to help him in this mission of teaching us these things. And then we hear this about the little pastime of Hanuman, which is instructive in many ways. Okay. And then from the Krishna Dharma's Ramayana, which is also at the Vedabase.io, Hanuman then reminded Sugriva of his promise to Rama. The time had arrived to begin the search for Sita. The king should immediately send out monkeys in all directions. Rama should not need to ask. It would be shameful if Sugriva did not act quickly to repay a debt to his friend and ally. Then a little bit later, Ram stood up and embraced Sugriva. It must be ascertained whether or not Sita still lives. O noble one, find out where Ravana's land is located. Once we have this information, we shall then do what is necessary. Okay. So we have to find, in terms of looking at all this in terms of our modern incarnation of Lord Chaitanya and how to execute these things, so many sincere souls are simply captured, by bad ideas, bad association, carried away even against their will and their desire to actually serve Krishna, serve Ram. And so we have to find out where their land is located. We have to find out, the actual situation of the intellectual and media and cultural atmosphere. Prabhupada says we have to defeat Maya in the realm of culture, media. Okay, so surfing the internet, so many places, finding out where people are actually situated in their consciousness, their perspective, their attitude, and how they're being held prisoner. And assuming that so many of them are innocent. Rama heard Sugriva speaking with Hanuman, and he saw his eager expression. It was clear he was confident of success, as much as Sugriva was sure that his master, as much as Sugriva was sure that his minister would find Sita. Ram was overjoyed. He went to Hanuman and gave the monkey a ring inscribed with his name. Take this token, O jewel among the monkeys, O jewel among the monkeys. There's a kind of interesting statement. You are a jewel among the monkeys. You can tell some of your friends that sometimes. Oh, jewel among the monkeys. And show it to Sita. Okay. Yeah. So of course we're taking this to be the Upadeshamrita. It's very small, portable size. It's an essence of everything. It's a signet ring. And we're going to show it to people when we meet them, the content, the ring, the book, and they'll recognize that we are actually representatives of Rama, the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. Take this token, O jewel among the monkeys, show it to Sita. This will reassure her that I sent you. I feel sure you will soon see the princess and shall then do what is necessary. Necessary. English is a funny language. Help. And Krishna had been trapped by Ravana. So then we weren't able to put any more text here. But here we see Hanuman. Of course, the search went to the south and they had to suffer, thirst and hunger. And we can just imagine, for example, when a flock of birds, maybe like thousands of birds, are moving south. And they're stopping and they're looking everywhere. They're looking in the porches, under the cars. They just go everywhere. opening doors, going inside, looking just like a moving, like like a big gigantic flock of tens of thousands of birds, And of course, they're all staying in touch with each other by chirping and communicating. Watch out, here is danger. Help me. There's a lot of place to look here. Until finally they came to the way to the south, and eventually they ended up on the shores of the ocean. They became discouraged and were going to commit suicide by starving to death. But Jaitayu's brother, Sampati, encouraged them because he said he could see all the way to Lanka and Sita was there. So Hanuman stood up, and I think it was Mount Mahendra or Mount Arista? One side is one side is the other. I think it was Mahendra. And he pushed down on it and jumped up. And when he jumped, he created such a suction that trees and everything else followed behind him and were gradually falling in the ocean. And so when he was jumping across the ocean, he encountered 3 obstacles. The first one was the mountain Mainaka. And it wasn't actually an obstacle. He was trying to come up and give Hanuman a place to rest. So sometimes when we're trying to accomplish our service, we may feel, well, here's an obstacle. But if you look a little more closely, it's not an obstacle, it's actually an opportunity. Okay. The second obstacle was Surasa, and she actually wasn't an obstacle either. She was a test to see his sincerity and maybe even enthusing him, to be able to conquer any obstacles he came. And finally was Simika, and she was a real obstacle, and he then took means to destroy her and continue on. So he landed in Lanka, and of course, so much we have to add there. He made himself in small form because he couldn't directly confront the Rakshasa. Sita might be covered more, hidden more, might be hurt. So he was moving in a kind of stealthy mode. So we have to do this too when we're trying to move amongst the different ideas and concepts and people's attachments to try to find, where is that natural bhakti shakti. So he's going so many places. He actually saw Ravana, Mandodari, so many stories here. And then he became discouraged. I looked everywhere, I can't find Sita. So then he thought, and here's a very, very nice, sutra, mantra. He said, but nobody ever became successful by giving up. Okay, so maybe I'm going to find Sita, or maybe not. But if I give up, it's for certain I won't find her. So let's look a little bit more. Then he saw the Ashokvan, Ravana's little garden there, beautiful garden, and went there, and actually he found Sita. And then it's a whole story. He had to hide in the tree. He was in I think it was a Singsaksa tree right next to it or something. But the same thing we've been dealing with all along. Yeah, he couldn't wake up the Rakshashis. They're sleeping down below. So you want to be careful not to stimulate materialistic intelligence. Hey, what is this? This guy's preaching monotheism here. Gotta watch out. Okay. So somehow or other, we're describing what we're doing as cultural, so on. This is not religious, this is cultural. So many things to keep all these demoniac, culture from being aroused in this particular preaching mode. Okay. Then he also had to gain Sita's trust because she had been deceived by so many people. So in the modern world, people are deceived by so many people presenting spirituality, so many things like that. I am your friend. So he began to describe Ramachandra in local language, or a language actually local to Ayodhya, which nobody else would know. Not sure what that means. We get talking the local language. And Sita began to become a little bit trustworthy, trusting, because Ravana wouldn't know this and that. But he had to go through several stages after he came down and everything else before she was finally convinced. And then he gave her the ring, okay? And she then examined the ring. And in the end, she was decided, of course, he should go back, and tell Ram, and then Ram could come and deliver her and regain his honor, and so forth. So Hanuman said, well, Mataji, can I please have a little bit of permission to have some fruit before I go? I'm hungry. Yeah. So he took the opportunity to create a great fight with the Rakshasas, to see their strength, and to investigate the entire city. And he was banging on the Rakshasas left and right. On the left-hand side here, we see Hanuman picking up trees and smashing people, and Sita's watching the show there. I have never read a single Ramayana. I've read a lot of them, where Hanuman regularly carried a club. He would use his nails, which were sharp as thunderbolts, in his teeth, and he would use his tail. He would pick up things, whatever was accessible, rocks, trees. He would kill horses with his fifth nails and then use them to beat other horses to death. And sometimes a club was ready to pick it up. So we also have to be very, very qualified with sticks and stones. Whatever is at hand. If we can use references from the Ramayana, references from Chanika Pandit, references from modern Hindi, drama, or references from the Mahabharata. Yeah, so many things. The Bible, so many things. We can, whatever is at hand that we can use to defeat these demoniac ideas, we should just be able to reach out and grab it. So Hanuman was whacking away on the Rakshasa army sent by Ravana until finally Indrajit captured him and tied him up. Then he gave the ultimatum to Hanuman, to Ravana, freed himself. Then, of course, we know his tail on fire. He set fire to all of Lanka. The gold was melting and the pearls were running in the gold. They were screaming and running everywhere. On the right's a very, very nice picture, too. It shows a very, very big, sinuous Hanuman. The Rakshasas are below, looking like they have heads of lions and mountain lions and so many things. So many nice pictures on the on the internet. This is all Sundarkanda. This whole story here with Hanuman Prashad. Then he was afraid he might have burned Sita down along with it. So we be careful in our enjoying ourselves. But she had been protected by her mercy, her potency of being chaste wife. So many things, were accomplished just by that potency. So he jumped back to wherever it was on the beach. And they all went and saw Ramachandra, and he gave the news. And then Ramachandra embraced him, and he said, I have nothing to offer you as a payment for this great, wonderful deeds you have done for me. All I can call my own is my embrace. So he embraced Hanuman, and he said, before we were known as four brothers, but from now on we should be known as 5 brothers. Okay. And then he started to figure out what they could do in terms of making actual going there and with the entire army and everybody else. So Alt, N, P, D. Okay. This is I have a big collection of what do you call them, slides here, which are very, very useful. Just you have these here in the different stories, and you can pull them out and use them. PowerPoint is my way of communicating. I feel happy. A, B, C, D, F, G, H. Okay, I'm looking for, this is the one here. Just didn't get time to do it. Okay. Overlap a little bit. Abhishek, what do you see in this last picture I put here?
There's quite a bit, Maharaj. There's tons of pastimes of Hanumanji and this is, great, nice, very nice picture of Lord Ram and Mother Sita in the back.
It's like a summary of everything, it looks like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's supposed to float. Okay, then I go over here, and this needs a frame. Clickety click. Okay, give me a frame here. Okay, change the color. I'll make it red. Okay. Yeah. There's Hanuman flying, Ram blessing him, maybe thanking him, giving the ring. Then there's it's like Sita in the background. So 3 aspects like that. So anybody has, so he's gone back with Mother Sita gave him a story by which he would be, he could confirm that he actually met her, hadn't been deceived or anything. And also she gave him her shikhomani, her crest, a jewel, and told him the history of it. You know? And so this is like the check. Get a check from, you meet somebody, show them the Upadeshamrita, give them that. And we go back to the BBT with a full set order like that. Okay. And then all of Prabhupada's books come and actually deliver people, you know, from all illusion, and they become great Sankirtan devotees and preach the glories of Ram all over the world, which will enlighten people. And which is for the welfare of everybody, even the demons, you know, do their best when they're under the control of the Vaishnava king. So any questions or comments?
Raj, are there any other examples or pastimes where devotees have gotten a hug from the Lord like that?
I think quite a few. I think, see, who else did he embrace? You know, Krishna embraces, I think, Bhima and Arjuna. Maybe even Yudhishthira touches his feet, I think. But Bhima and Arjuna, I think for sure he's embracing them. You know,
Not Bhima Maharaj. Bhima is the elder. So Bhima is still the elder. Arjuna he embraces.
okay, yeah, Arjuna embracing. Okay, Bhima, yeah, he's superior.
Yeah.
Okay, older brother. Yeah, Arjuna.
But he embraced all his coward friend Maharaj every day.
Yeah, they all embraced him too.
Yeah.
More aggressive. Yeah. Of course, that story I told you about Buddhimanta, no, when he distributed, first time he was the first person to distribute 100 big books in one day.
Mm-hmm.
That story, you know?
Yes, Maharaj. Can you tell again?
Yeah, just that he told me that he was going out every day in the parking lots in Los Angeles. It was hot in the summer and the asphalt, of course, would stick to your shoes even. And he was eating one tub of sour cream and one pint of peanut butter or something, and died of brain cancer at 35 years old. Okay, so live fast, die young, and have a good-looking corpse. That's the Kshatriya motto. So he distributed more books than, you know, practically speaking, any person in ISKCON, the amount of time he did it, and inspired so many other people. I think my first book I got from him.
And he was from Nashville, Maharaj.
Yes, he was. Big. Everybody was afraid of him. We understand. So Kshatriya type guy, you know. So anyway, then he was there, and he came back, and one day he distributed 100 big books. Nobody had done it before. It's really incredible. To effort, courage, austerity. So he came into Prabhupada's room, and the room in front of Prabhupada's room. The secretary said, "No, Prabhupada can't see anybody now." He said, "No, he's got to hear about this. It's really important." The secretary said, "No." So Buddhimanta jumped over the desk and ran into the room. And Prabhupada was writing, and he looked up and said, "What is it? What do you want?" He said, "Srila Prabhupada, I just been out all day on Sankirtan. I just distributed 100 of your big books in one day." And he said Prabhupada was so, you know, what's the word, delighted, amazed. And he was looking on his table for some gift to give him, and there wasn't anything. So he said he took his shirt off his back and gave it to him and said, "Thank you." Okay.
Maharaj,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I have a question.
Okay.
So why do you think Sita Mata gave that crescent to Hanumanji to give it back to Ramchandra?
Gave her Sikamani?
Yeah.
Well, because I think Hanuman was saying, do you have anything I can take back with me to convince Rama that I've actually seen you? You know, because he might be lying, but or also he might have been deceived. You know, somebody else may have been pretending or something. So just like Ram gave his ring, so Sita would recognize Hanuman was a messenger, and Sita gave her Sikamani. Sita gave her Sikamani, and also told him a confidential story. You could tell.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. FBI credentials. There's the Supreme Lord embracing a monkey. That is the jewel. They've all got Ram Nuja Tilak on, right?
Yeah, but he was the supreme Bhakt, So he should have, whatever he said, he should have believed him.
But we're carrying on with these. Lord Ramachandra took the form of a human being, and he was lamenting for the separation. So a lot of these things can be taken that way. That just it's part of playing in this world. Oof. So many things.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And these are eternal associates. Actually, Hanuman, when he met Ram, he had the ability to change his shape, but somebody told him, the first person you meet who won't be disguised by this ability, won't be confused by this ability, that's your eternal master. So then he was disguised himself as a hermit, but Ramachandra just saw him as a monkey and said to Ram, well, this Vanara, your gorilla, has come to us giving us such good news like that. And Hanuman said, well, who do you see? I see you, you're a Vanara. You don't see a hermit? No, my Lord, I found you. Yeah. Such a generous master. Okay, maybe we stop here. And of course, we're going to be going on then with so much Ram Katha. This next weekend is we're going to be going to Richmond. We think Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and come back Sunday about 5 or 6. And it's Ramanuja's appearance day, and we'll be doing 3 initiations there. Devotees, we know, very nice center there. And then the following Wednesday, I guess, no? That's Ram Navami. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And of course, all these incarnation days are wonderful days for us to take the mercy being given by different incarnations and make tangible progress. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaj. So before we move on to the next part of the program, I would like to request that we keep Ramgiri Daya Prabhu's in-laws, his family, everybody in our prayers, as they're also struggling with COVID. And we humbly request that you keep my mommy in your prayers, as she's still in the ICU. So with that, Vishnu Charan Prabhu, is Sridhar available to sing the Nrsimha prayer?
You want to sing? Sridhar's sick also.
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah.
You can sing.
There's time to you'll sing? Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, Vaishnav Didi's on.
So she sent a message saying that they can't sing this evening.
Nobody wants to sing, right? Yeah, actually.
You do. You got it. Go for it, Auntie.
Okay. I thought Manjari wanted to.
Doesn't sing.
Namaste Nar Singaya. Namaste Nar Singaya. Prahlad Daine. Prahlad Daine. Idanya Kashi Purakshaha. Idanya Kashi Purakshaha. Shiladam Panakala Ki. Shiladam Panakala Ye. Ito Narsingo Parato Narsingo. Ito Narsingo Parato. Then you start. Yato yamito narsingo. Yato yamito narsingo. Bari narsingo ridaye narsingo. Bari narsingo ridaye narsingo. Narsingo madin sharanam prapade. Narsingo madin sharanam prapade. Tava kara kamala vare, Lakha adbhuta singa Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrinam Tavakara Kamalavare Makam Adbhuta Chena Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrinam Keshavadata Narayupa Jagadishare 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 Keshavadata Narayupa Jagadishare 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 Jaya Narsinga Dev, Narsinga Dev, Narsinga Dev, Jaya Narsinga Dev, Narsinga Dev, Narsinga Dev, Narsinga Dev, Jaya Narsinga Dev, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Guru Devai, Guru Devai, Guru Devai, Jaya Guru Devai, Guru Devai, Guru Devai, Guru Devai, Jaya Guru Devai. नरसिंह भगवान की जय. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Uncle. So just a reminder, tomorrow our program goes back to its regular time of 8 p.m. So with that, if everyone will go ahead and unmute themselves, we'll recite the Vaishnava Pranam prayer.
Vanchakalpa Trupayasha Kripa Sindhubayeva Cha Parinama Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
everyone. Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
કેમ આમ થાય છે આપણા ફોનમાં ઘોટાળા?